you see somebody, a Nigerian, full-fledged Nigerian, is talking about Manchester United of England. And now they forget that we have a certain Rangers International here. Our football administrators are so naive that they can't even sell this league, promote the league to make it look appealing to the players and to the general public. Go into a game, you come with this mentality, I want to win this game. Definitely you are winning this game. That's the mentality. The mentality of the players need to change, and that should start with the coach. At some point, I know for a fact that Globacom was sponsoring Nigerian NPFL. At that time it was called Globacom Nigerian Premier League. So, have you heard that the Queen Elizabeth had a club in England? In a civilized nation, in a viable nation, government don't handle football. The NFF administration of Ibrahim Galadima, sometime in 2001 and all that, the problem they had was lack of accountability. You need to sell the league, make it appealing, so nobody will talk about going to APRFC of Rwanda to go and collect funds. How are you talking about orientation in NFF? Yes. It's like where Jimmy Carragher is talking about Premier League that he did not win.
Well, good evening, sports fans all over the world. Good evening and welcome to SPORTSLIGHT Unplugged. This is brought to you by SPORTSLIGHT, your number one football streaming platform in Nigeria. Of course, this podcast is open for partnership, for sponsorship, and for advert placement. Of course, we have the reach, we have the tools. Get in touch with our team. Let's do business. You're welcome to yet again another episode of the show where we get to talk about everything football, especially as it concerns Nigeria. We'll talk about the NPFL, the NWFL, the NNL, and of course the NLO, plus all of the basketballs around the NFF. We'll talk about it on this show. This is what we'll do here every other day. My name is Femi Emmanuel, and you're welcome to the show. I have a guest with me here tonight, but then this podcast is open for sponsorship, for advert placements, so do well to do that. Before I bring on the guest on the show this evening, it's been reported that Eric Chell is, releasing a 55-man list for the upcoming AFCON. AFCON is in a couple weeks from now, 18th of December it starts. And yes, of course, Nigeria is going to be there doing what they do best. So 55-man list, provisional list, of course, it's going to be streamlined down to about 23 when it's time. But then 55-man list, which features a lot of unknown players, a lot of new players. Who are you looking forward the most to having in the Super Eagles squad? And who wouldn't you want to see in the squad for the AFCON games? Let us know in the comment section. Do well to drop your comment in the comment section. What player would you love to see in the AFCON, and what player would you not want to see at all close to the Super Eagles for the AFCON? A lot of person says Juan Bali should not be the starting goalkeeper for AFCON, but then let's know your opinion also. Is it part of the players that should make it? If it makes it, should it still be number one for the Super Eagles? Let us know in the comment section. And right about now, to talk about everything I've got for you this night, I've got Nico Weezy with me in the studio. Good evening, Nico.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
You're welcome to the show.
I'm fine.
He's making his debut on the show today, and of course, it's not going to be the last time we're going to have him on the show. We're talking everything football, from the NPFL to the NNL to the NWFL to the NLO, everything in between also. Right, last weekend, let's quickly start from the NWFL that started today across the country. Amazing matchup, amazing results we saw in all of the games. Bayelsa Queens were up against Edo Queens. Adamawa Queens also were up against Pacesetters Queens. Heartland Queens were up against Ekiti Queens. Niger Rattles were up against Ibom Angels. Nasarawa Amazons, FA Cup winners, were up against Delta Queens. Confluence Queens were up against Abia Angels. Sunshine Queens also against FC Robo Queens. Audinaya Women, yes, Audinaya Queens were up against Remo Stars Ladies. The Nas Ladies were up against Oshun Babes FC. I mean, all of them, they're all queens, queens, queens. Thank God for Remo Stars, ladies, Danas, ladies, and Oshun babes. So it is what it is. Good results also across all of the match centers today. Amazing one. It was Bayelsa with 3-2 winners against Edo Queens, while Adamawa Queens cruised with 2 goals, win against Peseta Queens. Outland Queens also defeated Ekiti Queens in the 2-1. Nigeria Tales against Ibom Angels, it was goalless. Of course, favorites Nasarawa Amazons against Delta Queens in the 2-1 in favor of Nasarawa Amazons. Confluence Queens against Abia Angels in the 2-2. Sunshine Queens lost at home to FC Robo Queens. Aldinaya 2 goalless draw at home against Remo Stars ladies. My girls did it so well. We almost got the win in the game, but it just didn't go the way we planned it out. The Nas ladies 3-2 winners against Oshun Babes. This were the results in the NWFL. So Nico Wizzy, I don't know, do you have a special team you're looking forward to in the NWFL this season?
Okay, first of all, thanks for having me. But the thing is, I haven't seen any team that is quite enterprising to be able to throw my support. It's quite early. The season is still new, and of course, looking at, for example, Bayelsa Queens, they look like they don't really look like they want to do something very serious, because if you look at it, they actually played a team like Edo Queens, which is a more serious team, a very enterprising team that is up to the task. And then the result was well expected. I even expected a draw, but then Bayelsa Queens were at advantage because they are playing from home, and I don't think this issue of that a must-win home game mentality is in the NWFL. I've only seen it in the NPFL at some point, where teams don't usually the only thing they think about is that, okay, we are playing at home, we must win that game at home. And I've not seen it in the NWFL, but then I give it up to Bayelsa Queens for making sure that they gave their best as far as that game is concerned. But of course, they should be able to, be very careful, very cautious in terms of defense. You win 3-2. It's not. It's actually 3 points. But then, if the coach actually knows what he's doing, he should be able to caution the girls not to concede goals. You can't be playing at home and conceding.
You're playing Edo Queens. When it comes to NWFL, Edo Queens is like the front runners. Edo Queens, you now call Nasarawa Amazons, and probably you now talk about Bayelsa.
Okay, yes, you are playing Edo Queens. That's the more reason why you should be cautious in terms of defense. Defense should be more cautious in terms of conceding goals. You can't. Have you actually watched Arsenal this season? If you watch them this season, before, if it was to be the Arsenal of 2015-2016 season, all those days of Hector Bellerin, the days of Johan Juru back in the days, they concede a lot of goals. They make a lot of mistakes. The mentality is not there to win titles. You need to have the mentality. First of all, your mentality to win titles should be there. It should be seen in the way you play. But then, at the end of the day, yes, you are playing Edo Queens. Yes, a very dreadful team, a team to beat. But then you need to also be cautious in your defensive line. And bearing the fact that you want to win the title, just like Edo Queens wants to win the title. So you need to have the mentality to be played. Yes, you actually go out to attack, but then you need to be cautious when it comes to your defense line.
Okay, let's leave it at that. But then probably you're tilting toward Bayelsa Queens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say go on big way you get for that side, but it's all good. Let's leave it. Good looking out to all the girls, all of the teams. Good looking out to them. Like I said, I'm looking forward to what's it called? Remo Stars ladies. That's my team for this season in the NWFL. So I'm really rooting for them. But let's leave the female league now. Let's get to the NPFL. And to tell you,
but the Rainbow Stars ladies actually they need to do better, because
no, of course
I've seen their result. The men team is not what we expected. You know, the charisma, or let me say, I don't know the right word to use, but the way they played last season, you know, won the league surprisingly, well expected. You know, the reception, everything, the way they played was really outstanding. But this season, this is not the Rainbow Stars, and I begin to wonder if it was, you know, if they actually did something to win the league. I don't know, but this is not what we expected. And of course, you know, when they went out to the CHAN, they played in the CHAN. You know, 95% of the players that were used in that CHAN team that executed that CHAN, that CHAN Eagles, that disaster that we saw with the Super. Because actually, yeah,
a lot of Rainbow Stars
95% of the players made Rainbow Stars players made the team.
95%.
And of course,
no,
they weren't up to what I expected. And at the end of the day, it was a disaster.
No. See, we are looking at it from a different. We are thinking it is Nigeria, and so therefore we should stand out.
That was Rainbow Stars. Let's be truthful.
No,
that
whether it's Rainbow Stars or not, we played against a Sudanese team. Sudan is a country that pays their players in dollars. Yes. When it comes to African football, you don't. The NPF doesn't come close to the Sudanese league. Unfortunately,
wait. Let me.
It's just an unfortunate situation.
You know, if the NPFL was arranged the way it should be, we can't be dragging our feet with Sudan. Imagine Sudan.
It's not national team. When it comes to club side football in Africa,
yes,
you don't compare the NPFL
with
the
type of talent,
with even the Libyan league,
with the type of talent we have in the country.
They're all out of the
just
country.
Before this show started, I was telling a story of how the 1980 Green Eagles squad were made up of entirely NPFL players. If the NPFL was structured the way it should be, and the managers and the administrators we are doing what they were supposed to do. We can't be talking about Nigeria going to the CHAN and messing up and causing problems and making it look like we just went there for jamboree.
No, I don't agree.
You don't agree?
Listen, okay.
The administrators in this country, the football administrators are the ones making the whole thing difficult.
They have their issues.
I saw Ahmed Jupili talking about orientation in the NPF. Like Jimmy Carragher talking about
they have their issues.
Premier League that I did not win.
They have their issues, of course. They have administrative issues there. We have issues in the NFF that need.
Are we supposed to be having those administrative issues at this point in time in 2025?
Hold on. But when it comes to the league itself, you don't compare a league that pays. I think last season the highest player was going on with like 1.3 million. It was the highest paid in the league. 1.3 million naira.
Back in 2003.
Why you get to some African countries, and then they get paid, over 2 million naira monthly, and you expect a good player who is trying to turn the tides of your family to remain in the NPFL when you have an opportunity to earn more money.
If our league,
it's not about our
football
league, it's the economy of the country.
It's not even about the economy.
It's not just the league. The league has its own role.
Do you know Brazil? Do you know? Let me give you an instance. Do you know Brazil? Brazil is not that well. They are not so wealthy. But if they tell you the type of stars they have produced, football is part of what is giving them money up until this moment. Now,
we know that.
Now, if our football administrators has been able to do what they are supposed to do, most of them are really, just to be truthful, most of them are after their pocket. If they are to do what they are supposed to do, by now, our league, we should be able to sell this league to a way that it will be appealing to the players, and no player in the NPFL will even dream of going to the Premier League. I just told you that the 1980 AFCON squad, the Christian Chukwu of this world, may he so rest in peace, the likes of Mudashiru Lawa.
Remember, after the 1994 World Cup,
came from the local league.
Yes, this Exodus started.
These people came
the Exodus started after the 1994.
There shouldn't be the Exodus in the first place. If we were doing what we are supposed to do, if the league was supposed to be in a good condition, if the league was in a good condition, we can't be talking about our players moving away. Sometimes you see players leaving the NPFL to go to a second club in Sudan, a second division club in Sudan. Sorry, but it's actually disgraceful. that we are not supposed to be witnessing this type of thing. If our football administrators, the NPFL chairman, Gbenga Elebole, if he's seen this video, you should be able to understand that he's not doing enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The other day I saw Ahmed Jibiri talking about orientation in the NPF. I was like, what's this man? He was NPF, he was an NFF chairman for 8 years and he did not achieve anything. Our football is still the way it is.
Okay, let's leave it before it looks like I'm defending things I'm not supposed to defend.
We should be.
Let's leave that and go back to this. Results from the NPFL match day 14 last weekend. Of course, they're in Kwara United against Shooting Stars. They ended goalless.
Okay.
Remo Stars against Barao FC 2-0 winners against Barao FC Remo Stars.
Okay.
Rangers International defeated Niger Tornadoes, also ended 1-0. Wiki Tourists against Bayelsa United ended 1-1. Good game there by Bayelsa United to get the results against Wiki. Abia Warriors Bender Insurance ended goalless. Warri Wolves Kun Khalifat ended 1-1. And then Nasarawa United defeated El Kanemi Warriors 3-0. Katsina United defeated Enyimba 3-2. And Kano Pillars finally got a win against Ikorodu City, ended 2-1 the game. And of course, the table, Nasarawa United are topped after match day 14. Ikorodu City, they are still second with about 24 points. Rivers United, 23 points in third position. Abia Warriors, Enugu Rangers makes up the top 5. Abia Warriors with 23 points, and Enugu Rangers with 22 points. In the bottom half of the table, we have Remo Stars on 19 points in 11th position. Kwara United 18 points, 12th on the log. El Kanemi Warriors, Enyimba, unfortunately they are down 17 points. They've got this season 14th on the log. We'll talk about Stanley Eguma in a bit. Shooting Stars, with all of the paparazzi and all of the new everything, they had Ikorodu City's coach from last season, yes, he's there with them, but then they've not clicked yet. They're 15th on the log. Kun Khalifa at 17th, of course, Plateau United 16th. Kun Khalifa at 17th on the log. Bender Insurance, Barao FC, Kano Pillars makes up the bottom half of the table, and that is what it's looking like. Like I said, Stanley Eguma and Enyimba International is not really clicked for him this season.
I think for Stanley Eguma, I think he's not totally the problem. To be fair to him, he's not totally. But this is actually an NPFL winning coach. You remember when he won the NPFL with Rivers United? He was quite outstanding. But of course, I believe it's about, let me say, it's about the type of players. If the players, I don't know if the players are actually playing according to instruction. Because, there is something you need to understand about football. Football, in my own belief, in my own opinion, if you play football totally to the coach's instruction, you feel woeful. Because you will be playing with caution, you will be playing not to please the coach. You play to please the coach, and then you make mistakes along the line. But then there was something that for instance, some years back, J.J. Okocha was playing for Bolton Wanderers. Then in an interview, Alhaji Diouf, the former African Player of the Year, said that back then, sometimes, like when they want to play, they want to play a Premier League game or any game. Sam Allardyce, their head coach at the time, must have given them instruction and team talk and all that. And then when they get into the field of play, JJ was their captain back then. He would just talk to them like, okay, play to enjoy your game. Yes, play according to the coach's instruction, but then try to play your game, enjoy yourself, entertain yourself, and be free. And Bolton Wanderers at that point was one of the best mid-table team that I've ever seen in the history of the Premier League. But then at this point at Enyimba, the situation is really terrible. It's so sad that Enyimba is not doing well under his management. But I believe that if I think he's suspended, I guess, presently. But I think that along the line, if the Enyimba, the board would at least give him an opportunity to, do his bidding.
I think he should be sacked. Actually,
no.
He should have been sacked since when Enyimba lost the FA Cup quarterfinals against Abakaliki FC.
Let me tell you something. Football is not rocket science. It's not permutation. You just sack coaches and you bring in. Sometimes it does work out too. Like we saw with Chelsea some years back. They were sacking coaches and bringing in. But when you are doing that, you are not helping the team entirely. You have succeeded in doing the team dirty. You bring in coach today. Every coach comes with his own philosophy, and this coach comes with a different philosophy. The other coach comes in, and every coach that comes with his own philosophy will tell you the type of players he wants. And then you go into the market and you spend money, you get those players, and then another coach comes and says, I don't want this type of player, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want that. And then you go into the market again, you start looking for players that will suit into that philosophy, and then another coach comes in, you sack the coach, another coach comes in, and it's tiring.
Yes, the job of a football coach, it's hiring.
I think it's time the people's elephant, that's their nickname, should be able to give Stanley Guma a time. This thing is not something you just rush into and you expect wonderful results. If we are
looking for a coach to give time, the likes of Paul, for young enterprising coaches, a coach you should give him time. It would come up with something, not a Stanley Guma.
Enyimba cannot even go to. We not even look at Paul first place.
But then let's
because it's a big club.
Paul is a big coach. It was of course.
Where is Sporting Lagos?
Where's not Sporting Lagos? Let's not go there. Don't throw shade.
We're not talking about that conversation.
We are not going there.
Where is Sporting
Lagos?
In the
NNL match day 2 fixtures across the country. Kebbi United against Ranchers Bees. Kebbi United 3-0 winners against Ranchers Bees. Atland FC 2-1 winners against Edel FC. The beautiful thing about the game, Ebuka Nwokocha, the goalkeeper for Atland, got an assist in that game. The first goalkeeper in the NNL, I think for a long time now, that has come up with an assist in a game. And Ebuka Nwokocha, of course, he made it to the team of the list, but we'll get there. Ebuka Nwokocha, kudos to him for the job he did. Rovers United defeated Ekiti United 2-1. It ended just like it ended 1-0 when they played Abakaliki, 2-1 1-1 when they played Abakaliki
away from like
at home.
went
Yes.
away. Yeah.
When they came here to play Abakaliki in the first Abakaliki's first game, it ended 1-1. They went home and they played 2-1 against Ekiti United. Abia Comets Beyond Limits 1-1. It ended. Solutions defeated Oshin United 1-0. ABS defeated FC Bashira 2-0. Mighty Jet lost again, this time to Doma United, and it was an away win for Doma United 1-0. It ended. I think the only away win, we had 2 away wins in the course of match day 2. Doma United got 1. Sporting Lagos also got 1 away win. Kada Warriors defeated Lobby Stars 1-0. Sokoto United, City FC ended 1-1. Bichi First FC up against Jigawa Golden Stars ended 1-1 also. Yobe Desert Stars defeated Sporting Supreme 1-0. It ended. First Bank lost at home to Sporting Lagos. While Gombe United defeated Adamawa United 1-0 also. Akwa United defeated Abakaliki FC 1-0. Smart City Inter Lagos ended 2-1 in favor of Smart City. Abakaliki FC suspended the head coach Ifeanyi Onyedikachi after poor results at home against Rovers FC. But then they went away to Aqua United and they lost.
That is to tell you that football is not rocket science.
But
You can't just bring in managers and
let's not even get into that conversation. Let's not even get into.
Manager and you expect
Let's not even get into that conversation at all. Let's not get there before, because we'll shake plenty.
But we need to go into the.
We'll go into it after the probably after their game this weekend. We'll be able to go into that conversation properly.
Okay.
Let's just keep it at that for now. And of course, those were the results from match day 2 fixtures across the country.
Yeah.
And as it is right now, in Conference A, Abia Comet tops with 4 points, Crown FC second, and Sunshine Stars third, while Dakada, their last Beyond Limits actually, Beyond Limit Gateway FC, Dakada, they're at bottom of the table.
Yeah.
Dakada hasn't got a point. Okay, Dakada, they withdrew from the league, so they're not.
And that's an MPF, former MPF.
Dakada.
Yeah, they were once in the MPF.
A long time ago. So it's not looking.
It's not up to 7 years.
It's a long time ago. In Conference B, Sporting Lagos tops 6 points already. Aqua United also 6 points. Rovers FC 4 points in third position. Unfortunately, Abakaliki FC is just above the drop zone because Stoma FC 0 points, Osun United 0 points, First Bank FC 0 points. And that's what it's looking like in Conference A and B of the NNL. In Conference C, ABS are topping with 6 points. They are level locked in points with Doma United, 6 points apiece, but then ABS with superior goal difference. Bichi and Jigawa Golden Stars in Conference D also locked in the same points, 4 points. Of course, Bichi with better goal difference. That's what it's looking like in the NNL this so far this season. And we'll quickly run through, the team of the week, the NNL team of the week before getting to the NNL fixtures for this weekend. Emmanuel Adeilo, City FC, it wasn't team of the week in goal, but then also some people were saying Ebuka Okocha should have gotten the nod,
he should have been
there. But then also Emmanuel had beautiful saves in the course of the game, of the week rather, and then the team did well also. Lekon Ismail got 2 goals, fullback for Stomas FC. He got 2 goals in that game. Good one for him. Well deserved. Kingsley Akman, of course, City, Smart City, Simbad Adams, Doma United, Churchill Unana of Aqua United also. In midfield, we have Michael Olalusi of Sunshine Stars, Joel Okoro of Atlant FC, Musa Lara of Jigawa Golden Stars also. And then in attack, we have Ahmed Abubakar, Kebbi United. We have Kelvin Unenge of Sporting Lagos. We have Jamil Saeed of ABS FC. These are the team of the week in the NNL. And then, of course, also in the MPFL, somehow Joshua Baba made it to the team of the week. Bender Insurance goalkeeper. Good one for him. Bender Insurance not doing so well currently. They're not doing so well. They're still bottom of the league. But then Joshua Baba
maybe they should bring back Monday Ike.
Maybe
they should bring him back.
Just maybe that might work. But let's see. Justice Akpangolo of Shooting Stars is also there. Ubong Williams, Victor Adeoye of Kwara United, Lekon Gabriel of Khalifat, Emmanuel Uteke of Nasarawa, Uche Collins of Katsina United is also there. Kenechi Kwagu, Enugu Rangers, Victor Mboma of Remo Stars, Rabiu Ali Kanu Pillars, and Nas Yusuf, top goal scorer so far, 6 goals in 14 games for him in the MPFL. Good looking out to Nas Yusuf. Is picking up
going to win
the Golden Boot back to back.
But one thing I don't like about the way we do things here in the country about as regards to NPFL. Okay, the last time the CHAN was played, you know that guy sat on the bench for like 2 games, and then the only game he comes in, he scores, and the coach kept him there. Eric Chen kept him away from the team, and
you're not the coach.
That competition was really a disaster.
You're not the coach.
I'm not the
when
coach.
It comes to
when the coach does things right, we will clap for him. But when he does the wrong things, I will be here to criticize him.
When he does the things you think it's wrong and it goes right, you clap and be like, wow, tactical genius.
Okay, what I think is wrong.
Why should
he even do something wrong?
When it goes wrong, you're not say, this is wrong. But if it goes right, be like, wow, tactical genius. You clap for him. But when it goes wrong, be like, wow, this guy, something is wrong with him. I
think it still boils down to how we treat the NPFL. You know, you can't be talking about you can't be. I told you I grew up listening to the first type of football that I had and I watched and I even breathed was the NPFL. Mentioning I was hearing IRCC Shooting Stars and all that. Rangers, Ranchers Bees, stationery stores. These were the clubs I grew up listening, watching them.
Because there were no Man United.
No, they were not like they were. Man United is an ancient club.
No, when I said there were no Man United, Chelsea, because they hadn't infiltrated.
It's not like there was. There has been a Man United since 18 something.
No, I'm not saying they were not in existence. We didn't watch. We're not watching them. We're reading them
because
on papers.
our football administrators are so naive that they can't even sell this league, promote the league to make it look appealing to the players and to the general public, so that
you will not drag me to this conversation.
We can be able to have a conversation. Like you
will not drag me to this conversation.
If you actually go out to the streets, you will see people talking about. You see somebody, a Nigerian, full-fledged Nigerian, is talking about Manchester United of England. And now they forget that we have a certain Rangers International here. That we have Enyimba, that we have NNL clubs, we have Enyimba, we have Nasarawa United, we have all these clubs, Dakada FC and all these people. And you don't even, that's another style of promotion, putting it in your conversation, just like we are doing now. You are talking about them, forgetting that Manchester United is even existing, forgetting that there's a Liverpool, forgetting there's a Champions League match, and all that. And of course, and we are talking about it. That's another style of promotion. But all that will be possible if our administrators do the right thing by selling the league.
I will not go into this conversation.
Let it be appealing. Just like Sporting Lagos. Let me use an example. Sporting Lagos. You remember when they played in the NPFL? Yes. If you look at their marketing strategy, they were so loud on social media. Everywhere, even the Jonathan Aluku he wasn't such a wonderful player.
They are good. Their marketing.
The Jonathan Aluku of the guy wasn't such. I've watched him play several times. He's not such a wonderful player, but then he was everywhere. Even at some point, I think there was a club that came from Austria to get him at the end of the day. But then, you see how they were. They sold the club. The club was like on everybody's ears, everybody's mouth. Everybody was talking about it.
NPFL fixtures.
Have you asked yourself why Globacom at some point Globacom pulled away from NPFL? SuperSport pulled away. Have you asked yourself that question?
NPFL fixtures for this week. We
need to get into that conversation.
We have the Eastern Derby, Enyimba FC up against Enugu Rangers. It's going to be happening in the of course, Aba Township Stadium. And Niger Tornadoes up against Remo Stars. Rivers United up against Kano Pillars. Shooting Stars against El Kanemi Warriors.
That Rivers United game, I don't think it's holding because Rivers United, they have a CAF Champions League.
It's supposed to be postponed, but we don't have confirmation yet as to when it's going to hold next. Shooting Stars up against El Kanemi, Bayelsa United, Katsina United, Bender Insurance, Wiki Tourist, Warri Wolves against Nasarawa United. That's some of the games in the NPFL this season. And of course, in the NNL, we have other amazing games Like for instance, the Abakaliki FC will be at home against Solution FC. Fortunately, that game won't be live on our stable, but other games will be live. Lobby Stars is also going to be squaring up against Mighty Jets in the NNL this weekend. Dakada against Rovers. Let's see what happens there. Sporting Lagos versus Thomas also. Yes, Inter Lagos versus Sunshine Stars. Edel will be up against Godswill Akpabio. These are just some of the games in the NNL this weekend that we're looking out for. I got my eyes on the Abakaliki versus Solution games because I really want to see what happens.
For Abakaliki FC, a lot of money has been invested by the state government. They have really invested a lot, and they are looking at profit. They are looking at the team winning games. I think Abakaliki FC still have a long way to go. It's still a new team. It's still a baby team. But then what they achieved last season, getting into the Federation's Cup final, absolutely, fantastic. They did well. But then they need to do more. You can't just, it's not just about getting into the final. Did you win? No. But then they need to, I think that should be a morale booster for them to pick up this season. I witnessed that the other time it was their coach getting suspended, and then a new coach comes into the picture and they're still losing matches. It's really sad, but then it still boils down to the handlers of the team. It still boils down to the players. The players need to be motivated.
How else should they be motivated?
The mentality is now. It's not the job
in the NNL.
It's not the job of the coach. See, if you, I don't know if you have seen some of the statements made by some of these legendary coaches. Alex Ferguson once said, "I never played for a draw." That's the mentality. You go into a game, you come with this mentality. I want to win this game. Definitely, you are winning this game. Arsenal played unbeaten 2003, 2004 season. That was the mentality. We want to win every game. 26 games, they won it. You understand? It's the mentality. First of all, it's the mentality. The mentality of the players need to change, and that should start with the coach. The coach should be an orator. The coach should be a motivator. There is a way you talk to some of these players. There is a way you talk to them, and you see them motivated. Be friendly with them. I don't know, but this is all up. That's why most of the clubs, most of the I don't know how many NPFL clubs have sports psychologists. We don't have that here. It still boils down to our administrators. The way we sell this league is not
the way you take everything to the administrators.
Yes, of course, everything but boils down to them.
Well, would they kill themselves for you to be satisfied?
No.
For instance,
you can actually sell
FC. No, you can't.
You can actually sell. First of all, you need to sell the league, make it appealing, so nobody will talk about going to APRFC of Rwanda to go and collect money.
Nobody will talk about
you want to make it going appealing. To a second club, a second division club in Egypt.
Are you willing to pay players 2 million naira monthly?
Get the sponsors, get the private investors to
Where are they?
No, you see, one of the problems Nigerian football has. One of the problems Nigerian football has is that, you see, government don't handle football.
Government is not handling football. NFF is not a government agency.
In a civilized nation.
NFF is not a government agency.
Let me tell you something. In a civilized nation, in a viable nation,
yes,
government don't handle. Have you heard? The Manchester United of this world, the Liverpool of this world, is owned by the private investors. For example, Liverpool is owned by Fenway Group. These people are private investors, Americans that want profit. Chelsea is owned by Todd Bowley and Clear Lake Consortium. This is just private investors. Have you heard that the Queen Elizabeth has a club in England? All those things it doesn't work out. What you need is make this league, sell it to, promote it very well in a way that it will be appealing to everybody.
How should they promote it?
The other day. Let me give you an example. Let me give you another example. Just a few weeks back, I was going through X, the former Twitter. I was going through. I saw an Orlando Pirates player was about to go to Chicago Fire in the US, in the MLS, and then I saw somebody actually saying, why should he even go to Chicago Fire when the PSL pays well? And of course it's true. You look at the PSL, the PSL in South Africa, it pays well. They play well. Most of our players leave this country, go there to Ejikuze, and he played there. The guy who played in the Chan 2014, and a one-time Super Eagles player. He played in South Africa.
So
Daniel Akpeyi once played for a South African club. Even our first team goalkeeper, Abale, that is really messing up in the Super Eagles sport. He played in this thing. He actually plays for Chipa United. Olisanta plays for Orlando Pirates. These guys, if the South African league was not doing, they would have come back here.
How should they market the league?
Bring in private investors.
How?
Let their years be years. Because one thing I discovered.
No, we say bring him.
When you bring in the private investors, you need to be, there's what is called goodwill in business. You need to be truthful. You need to be accountable. The last the NFF administration, the problem with the NFF administration from Ibrahim Galadima sometime in 2001 and all that, the problem they had was lack of accountability. At some point, I know for a fact that Globacom was sponsoring Nigerian NPFL. It was, at that time, it was called Globacom Nigerian Premier League. And along the line, the accountability was not there. Money was being siphoned. And at the end of the day, these people had to leave. At some point, there was an agreement between the NPFL and SuperSport. And at the end of the day, it didn't work out. It was because of what? Accountability. Money is being collected.
Now, let me tell you something.
And nothing is happening.
When you say SuperSport,
and you will see our player.
Hold on.
And you will see an NPFL player.
Hold on. No.
Leave.
No, you won't say that.
NPFL. I'll be talking about going to second division.
Hold on.
Why should we be talking
when
about
you say
that?
SuperSport, you know how many times?
SuperSport.
You know how many times?
People
Listen.
Who own TV right to Premier League?
Listen.
You say SuperSport.
Listen.
Yeah, just mentioning their name.
Listen. You call SuperSport.
Yes.
When you have people with millions of naira worth of equipment go to games and their equipment gets vandalized because of found violence, how would they stay? Is it the NPFL also that will come and caution the fans not to be violent?
It's not boils down to the way and the way we manage.
So when Pinnick said reorientation, why would you call him out? First of
all, the reason.
Do you know how many times we go to games and then people threaten to vandalize our equipment and threaten our staff also?
If we have the right mentality, first of all, there should be a reorientation, just like Amaju said.
So why you called him out earlier, but now you are seconding the motion? You called him out.
You shouldn't be the one talking about.
Who should be talking about it? You called him out now that he said reorientation. You are calling for reorientation.
Amaju talking about orientation in NFL.
Yes.
It's like where Jimmy Carragher is talking about Premier League that he did not win. Let me tell you something. He's not even coming out from the right person's mouth. This is somebody who's got his administration. The NFF was totally corrupt. It was very glaring. Super Eagles were owned match bonuses. Amaju was doing birthday.
Why would he do birthday? Why not go to birthday?
Why is that what we are supposed to be talking about?
Now Super Eagles money they use to birthday. So leave him out of it. No, when you talk about all of these things, brand the fans.
We need to brand.
First of all, in the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano, when Kano Pillars played against Katsina United, there was fun violence.
Now, it still boils down.
Katsina United game, a player was stabbed in the neck. What will you call those?
It still boils down to the NPFL.
And then you're talking about partners.
Wait.
How many times have you gone? The last time you were in the Abakaliki Township Stadium, did you pay a gate fee?
Wait.
How will it be sustainable if you say government get out of it and then you're not willing to pay a gate fee to see a game?
I need to tell you something. First of all, the reason why the government is still handling football in Nigeria
is because
of the
they are
the
exactly.
economic nature
When I
of the
say
country.
it's because of economy,
Now,
that is why every good player is leaving. You are saying no.
Every sector needs to take things serious. First of all, we start from the economy. The government should be able to take things serious so that the private investors. Now, the insecurity problem is actually making the investors to run away. It's very wrong. It's so sad that this thing is happening in Nigeria. But then, we need to start small. First of all, there is a way, the other day, I will still go back to what Amaju was saying the other day about orientation. Now, you just
called for orientation
you
don't even have to call Amaju again.
Now, you have to talk about, orientation of this, sensitize these fans. Yes, the reason why me and you are here is because we are passionate about what we do.
Of course.
First of all. And, football comes with a lot of passion.
Mm-hmm.
I remember 2003, the Super Eagles played against Brazil. That was the opening match of the national stadium, the Abuja National Stadium. And then the Super Eagles lost 3-0. I remember I was crying that day. That was how I knew that I was really passionate about the game. But then, that's bygone now. But then, when it comes to, we need to start with orientation of the fans. Wait, you can't be talking about sustainability in the NPFL and how to make the NPFL grow, and we are still having violence.
So when you want to talk about this, don't start from the administrator.
First of all, you need to change the mentality
the club side
of the general
talk to their fans.
The clubs should first of all talk to their fans. NPFL should also start a campaign to sensitize
NPFL,
fans.
they are doing that already.
NPFL, if you ask me, NPFL is not doing enough to promote the league. They are not even doing enough.
They are doing the best
because
they can do.
all I know is that they are not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
They are not doing well because our players still live here. We want a situation, a league system whereby, have you seen an English player move away to
you can't have our players not leave when you don't pay them well. And you can't pay them well when the economy of the nation is not viable.
Now, that's why I said
you start from developing the economy.
That's why
when we have a stable economy, when the naira can compete with dollar, we can now start talking about.
We are just here speaking English. Where would we have that?
So you cannot force me, a player. I can't get team wey go pay me 5 million naira monthly. That is good.
How many South African? How many South African national team players are playing abroad?
Because they are not good enough to play abroad.
The league players, the PSL players, all of 95% of the national team players are PSL players.
And they are comfortable playing in the South African league.
Some of our players even live here, the NPFL, and go there.
Of course, because they pay better. They pay better. You don't go. You don't go if not you.
But we need to do something to make our league viable so that nobody will leave.
If I offer you double your salary, you go live where they work.
Wait now.
Wait. I beg, let's leave it at that. We're out of time already. We could have gone on and on, but let's leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being a part of today's podcast. Nico Wizzy, thank you very much for coming through. That was a passionate one there. It was really enjoyable, but good one. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and be a part of the Spotlight Hub family. And of course, remember this podcast is open for sponsorship, for advert placement, and all the rest. We have the reach, we have the tools. Get in touch with us. Let's do business together. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Femi Emmanuel, and of course, it's been a pleasure being here with you this evening. So we'll come your way next week. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We love you. Have a good night.